Today we're doing the finale of the series What If Deku was Sosuke Aizen, pretty much, or his reincarnation. Where Raymug left off was pretty much escaping the mental institution. Like, they were doing like a mission there to save Todoroki's mom. I think, yeah, I had that one right. Since like, yeah, and Endeavor almost caught them, but Endeavor finally figures out pretty much that's like Toya is with the villains pretty much, and that's you know there's just gonna be like a huge battle. Every hero knows there's gonna be like a war coming soon. So basically, back at the Lost Noches, uh, the Lost Noches Empire, basically the whole Todoroki family is reunited. Natsu, Fuyumi pulled up, not pulled up. They got pulled up. But they basically, their Deku is trying to find every like potentially strong person and giving them their quirk evolutions and using the Hokyoku on them. Because the more he uses the Hokyoku, the more it's time for the Hokyoku to merge with him. So yeah. So he's literally just preparing for that. Basically, the outfit that's Deku will be wearing is literally just a Mugen outfit. Like, I don't know. I think it's just pretty drippy. I like the Mugen outfit, in my opinion. Like, it's pretty good. Uh, and pretty much it's like, yeah. After this event would take place, there would be three people being seen in a throne room. These people being Shoto Todoroki, Toyo Todoroki, and Deku, or Izuku Midoriya, or as Rogue says, Izuku Midoriya. Yeah, I'm not mocking him here, but that's just how he says it. So Deku, Toyo, and Shoto will be plotting, basically premeditating an assassination attempt on Endeavor, since that's the last riddance they have to do in order to like cleanse the Todoroki family. Because I don't really know Rei's maiden name, so like I would just say that, but nobody actually knows their maiden name or her maiden name, so I'm like forced to say Todoroki. So Aizen would pretty much open a Gargantua like across the building from Endeavor's agency, and he's basically going to dive in through the window and basically get him in a chokehold, while Todoroki and Dabi will grab Endeavor's face and basically like burn it off. Yeah, I know, pretty brutal. And yeah, so this will happen with Deku charging in the building, and Endeavor would try to react, but like with using flames, but Deku would just cut right through them. Since if Aizen literally survived Yamamoto's flames, which is at least 1,000 times hotter than Endeavor's flames, then I don't see how Aizen's winning this. Endeavor would try to like use all his fire to one point, creating blue flames for like 3 seconds, but Deku would pretty much just grab it with his hand and send it back at him, pretty much hitting him and sending him like crashing against the wall. Deku would basically grab his face, like not grab his face, like grab the top of his head, kind of like how Pain is when he's gonna steal someone's soul, like one of the human path, like how the human path is when they're about to steal their soul. Then Dabi comes in and basically with it, like with a con, like a an attack with Shoto, he would basically both of them would really shoot their like fire at the most temperature, at the most power, pretty much, and it would basically kill Endeavor. I don't see like I know you Endeavor haters, not haters. You Endeavor fans are really gonna come after me, but I don't really like Endeavor. He really has no purpose. It just goes to show how corrupt human society is. So after this, Deku and Toya, and Shoto would basically head out. Basically, when they head back to Lost Noches, they would basically use Bakudo number 77, or the Kido, which makes it where it's like a communication keto, so like everyone can hear. After this, he would pretty much project this onto his screen and basically hack all of the TVs in Japan and the whole world, basically. And he would basically sit on his throne and saying, "I'm Sosuke Aizen," and uh, later on, not later on, right now, I am declaring war on the whole world, and and he's gonna say in 4 months, basically like the winter, he's going. There's gonna be a war, and if you wanna fight me and basically uh, have me arrested, you meet me there, and we can have a battle. And he's basically telling everyone to train their quirks and stuff like that, and put on a wartime issue order, something like that, and be prepared because he's gonna take over the world pretty much. After this, Aizen would pretty much just like, snap his fingers and the TV would just go back to normal, with everyone being pretty shocked. They would basically go into panic with them starting to train a lot for the next 4 months, with Deku basically just chilling, but his men will have to train. Um, Shigaraki in this timeline will get All For One a little earlier. He won't be literally controlled by the quirk, and he won't have any side effects. While Bakugo is slowly training more, which is causing him to slowly die. After this, so like All For One would be killed, and uh, Deku would give All For One to Shigaraki, without All For One like being inside his mind, kind of like how One For All users are. After this, everyone else would pretty much start training, start getting mastery on the quirks, on weapons, on any tactics they need, you know, to win, like psychological warfare, biological warfare, anything they need. After this, Naruto would just straight up, Naruto, my bad. Naruto, yes. What is Naruto doing here? Get the fuck out of here, Naruto. Just kidding. But Deku would basically prepare himself, not prepare himself, but he would start to get a mastery on his Bankai, since his specific Bankai ability, or just Bankai itself, will have like a big turning side on the war itself. So yeah, I know this is kind of rushed. I should like give like little plot points here and there, but I don't really see the purpose. I'm not like Raymug when it comes to explaining the plot. I'm just like more like I just get down right into the action, the story itself. Yeah, I don't like explaining things. I know it's just not my thing. I can try my best to do it, but at the end of the day, it's just not my cup of tea. So after the 4 months of training and just chilling, Deku and his forces would basically open the Gargantas and rush in the part of the war place they are in. Basically, they would like the they would basically set up like a fake Karakura type beat here, so like they could go full force. Right when they would get in, basically they'd be rushed by they'd be like they'd see like 10 of Hawk's swords being sent at them. Like got sent at like Aizen's throats or his like one of the higher members. This he would dodge, but you would see one of the weaker members get penetrated by this, or like hit by this, basically like injuring them or killing them. Uh, Aizen would basically like charge up to Bakugo, since at this time Bakugo has gotten around 70% on One For All, or around that time, like 90. Like he's really high in the percentage. Bakugo would try to use a supernova explosion, like a full power one, with like One For All enhanced in it, like 100%, or like around 1 million. It would be sent at Aizen, or Deku slash Aizen, and Deku would basically grab the explosion and basically like misdirect it, not misdirect it, like move it out the way to the right, sending it like flying towards Bakugo's like um, classmates, basically like killing them. Since bro, 1 million% supernova explosion charge, that like that's murdering somebody. Bakugo would get pretty mad and basically charge up to 100%, or like 1 million% One For All. And basically, Aizen would say that you fell into my trap, and Bakugo would then feel his heart like start to slow down beating. So due to like I don't really know the actual like how all the One For All users with quirks died, but um, I'm just assuming like by a heart attack. I'm just gonna do that. Bakugo's heart would basically stop beating, and he would pretty much have a heart attack, killing him due to him like literally he was like so he just went up to like the max usage of one for all, and him having the quirk killed him. And this is what I've been preparing myself since preparing, or this is what Deku's been preparing since part one of this series. Since part one of the series. After this, pretty much the heroes would get like an emotional empowerment, but it wouldn't be enough. So Hawks would be fighting Toya, and due to Toya being stronger and not having like any drawbacks from his quirk, so he wouldn't really be having those stitches all over his body. Uh, so yeah, like he'd be doing pretty good for himself. After this, Deku would literally charge at All Might since he's like quirkless now. Or yeah, he's like quirkless, but he has like make people. He like has to destroy this hero society. No potential hero is nothing. They should have no like hero to stand on. Deku would basically slice All Might in half, or Toshinori, my bad, and basically killing him, and it would just be a massacre. After this, Deku would straight up just take over the society and become the Soul King, basically absorbing, not absorbing, but like becoming the Soul King itself. And he would basically, what he would do is the people who joined him, or like joined him to live in peace, would like would basically get more like quirk empowerments, but like um, it wouldn't be like too bad with the Espada, kind of like the Espada. Like they wouldn't be fighting each other or anything like that. They would just be like chilling. And afterwards, like they basically just live in peace for the next centuries and to like the end of the world, end of time, I guess. Since Aizen is immortal, or Deku is immortal, and so are his followers. So we basically just be living in a constant utopia for the rest of time. And this is where I'll be living off the series. I know this is kind of short, and I just made the Nobi no Mi. What if, like, I'm putting this video on schedule since I don't really want to do 2 videos at once. Maybe I do. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. But that's where I leave it off. The next series should probably be what if Naruto was like Savo's reincarnation.